Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a little podcast here at France Perlome, hosted by yours truly, France. For today, we're going to do something new. I haven't made a review about an anime or manga yet before in our podcast, so today is going to be our first. This is a review of the 2016 manga titled Komi Can't Communicate. So the title itself creatively gives you an impression of what is the story is all about. But first, for those who hasn't watched or read this yet, let's all start with some basic information about the manga. Kami Can Communicate is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Tomohito Oda. It has been serialized in Shogakukan's Shonen Manga magazine, Weekly Shonen Sunday, since May 2016, with its chapters collected in 24 tankobon volumes as of January 2022. It has recently been adapted to anime series produced by Netflix, which run from October to December 2021, and an 8-episode live action television drama by OLM from November to December of the same year. Komi Shoko is a high school girl who has extreme social anxiety, who has trouble talking to her classmates, but were motivated to do so by the support given by a first friend and potential lover, Tadano Hito. So the story revolves around how Komi goes through everyday interactive tasks in trying to express herself with the help of her new made friends in high school and also her family. I first discovered Komi when pandemic hits and lockdown is implemented everywhere back in 2020. So I'm literally stuck at home, jobless, and I found myself rearranging my books, the ones that I got from a writing seminar for free that I attended way back in 2019. So I think I had volume one and I absolutely love it at its first few pages and continued reading the rest of the volumes online. And I'm really sold by how the plot and the theme is executed in the manga up to its adapted animation. If you would first read the start of the manga or watch the first episode of the anime, Komishoka is someone you wouldn't think at first or at first glance has this certain struggle with communicating. This is mainly because of how she looks, and I commend the author by showing how appearance usually affects people's perspective towards someone upon first meeting. Because, truth be told, this happens in real life. As you have all seen in the first episode, everyone is simping over Komi, even Tadano himself at their first encounter. So the prettiest of the girls and the most handsome among the boys gets noticed at first look. And so Komi is the pretty girl and she looks beautiful to the point that people around her tend to look over the fact that she has trouble communicating. And so cue in Tadano, or what the Komi fans call him Chidano, because of his husband material characteristics, in understanding that Komi isn't like everyone else in the room and realize she needs help makes him the perfect one for our waifu. I love how in each episode they highlight the idea that people who have extreme social anxiety are having a hard time talking to others, but it doesn't mean that they don't want to. That line alone perfectly describes Komi-san as a character, and the black cat as a symbolism is also an accurate representation of how she is as a teenage girl. Quiet, but not completely silent, voiceless, but not expressionless. As you go through each scene, as she made new friends after meeting Tadano, it shows you how she is trying her best to not get her bad communication skill hinder her desire to express herself, even if her voice failed to do its part. It's just a wonderful way of showing the normality she still possesses despite her inability to speak. Komi's time by time shivering, awkward stares, speed up walk in an effort to escape conversations she can handle, and the nervousness she always feels when getting in line to order coffee or food, returning books in the library, or even handing out tissues to random strangers in the street is all but relatable experience for people like me who used to be or were terrified just by thinking of going to the counter and actually speaking your voice out. What also attracted me to the story is that Komi Can Communicate is a kind of story that you don't need to overthink yourself. You just go through each episode and scenes with no worry as to who's going to say goodbye or who's going to say, like, who's going to die. I mean, it's refreshing in the sense that it puts you at ease while watching. It's predictable, yes, but it lets you look forward to what is going to happen next. Like, uh, will we finally know if Najimi is a boy or a girl? Will we finally see some progress in the Komi Tadano relationship? Or when will you hear Komi-san speak again? You would find yourself smiling at times simply because if you do share the same anxiety as Komi, you would find this communicating struggle on an everyday basis accurately relatable. Or you would identify yourself with the rest of the characters. Either you're an extrovert like Najimi who treasures a friend like Komi, or you're Tadano who reads the room and understands what is happening and acts upon it. It's relatable, it's refreshing, it's informative in the sense that it represents the ordeals that people with social anxiety has to go through and helps us understand the consequences of our reaction to such. And also it educates us somehow on how to treat them right without forcing them to speak up and just let them be themselves. I see myself in Komi because I also have terrible social communication when growing up. And when I first watched it, I remembered how I used to be and how I grew from that. So, overall, the story, OST, voice acting, and animation is 10 over 10 for me for the reasons mentioned earlier. And of course, Komi's cuteness is 100 over 10. And having said this, I cannot wait for the anime season 2 this coming April. So, what do you guys think of this review? Kindly comment down below on the YouTube video and let me know your thoughts and what are the things I missed out. And if you would like me to do another review of the anime itself or the characters, or if you had any recommendations like this, just let me know. It'd be fun to do reviews here on our upcoming podcast episodes. Thank you guys for listening. And don't forget to watch Komi Can Communicate today on Netflix or rewatch it. I don't know. All right. Bye for now.